Hi guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Lionheart right here. Today I'm joined by this beautiful lady from Uganda. Can you just introduce yourself?
I am Jenny Banis Nyakecha from Uganda.
Wow. Yes.
So
okay. So today we're just going to be talking about studying in Tanzania. If you wish to come and study in Tanzania, this video is definitely for you. We're going to be talking about different stuff. So yeah, just tune in until the end of the video. We're going to be talking about different stuff. So first and foremost, I just want to ask you, from Uganda, Tanzania, why Tanzania?
New adventure, new people, new language, new everything, and also far from my parents to be independent, but not far enough to get lost. Plus it was the only university offering 3 years for my course.
In Uganda, it's how many years?
It is 4 years for a combination.
So it's like you cheated the system.
Yes. But if you wanted to do geographical science, it's 3 years. Most courses are 3 years except for like the combination ones where you have to get like 4 years, I think. Because courses like engineering are a standard 4 years, but when you have to do engineering with something else, it's gonna be 5 years.
No, okay. The reason why I asked is because I heard that Makerere University is one of the biggest in East Africa, so I was surprised that you came to the University of Dar es Salaam from Uganda, leaving like the biggest institution in your home country and coming here. But now I understand.
No, I'm a person who doesn't like staying in one place for too long. Because even after doing my undergrad here, I don't think I'll stay. I'll probably look for another country.
Oh.
But I occasionally go back home. I don't like visiting the places I've been to, just that a lot of being monotonous in your life, it gets boring. You are born,
I totally get what you're saying.
You're gonna die in the same country? Nah.
How many countries have you have been to so far?
Uganda, Kenya, and now Tanzania. Does visiting a country for like 1 day count?
It does, actually.
Like Rwanda?
Rwanda, okay.
But I was there on like commute, and then I got stuck there. So it was just like 1 day, never left the airport.
So what was like your first impression when you came to Tanzania? Of course, before you came to Tanzania, it was like, okay, of course, maybe you looked over the internet, like YouTube videos or something like that. Is it what you expected, what you saw the first time you got here?
No.
It's not?
No.
Did you get disappointed?
I was disappointed.
Wow. Tell me about it. What did you expect?
You know, if you've been to Nairobi, there is that energy Nairobi gives you. Yeah. Everyone is just in their own world. Then you come to Tanzania and everyone is... Okay, I'm not saying conserve seems like a big word.
Kind of, you know?
Yeah, it's not the energy I'm used to in my country, and maybe mostly that the population is Islam. So it gets challenging. And also the dress code.
Dressing has been a challenge for you.
Yes, that's why I'm here.
Okay, let's talk about the challenges now here in this country. Of course, we want to talk about studying in Tanzania, but I just want to understand, like, you settling in, for example. So now let's talk about the challenges that you first settling in Tanzania. Number one, dressing.
Yeah, the dressing.
It's too strict.
It's not. No one will care how you dress, just that they'll give you the eyes.
They'll
like
just
when you
look
put
at
on. When you put on a very short dress and you're not going to the club, it's just like, why are you wearing that on the street?
In Uganda, it's normal.
In Uganda, it's not normal, but people don't usually care. Okay, from my experience, the places I've been, people don't usually care how you're dressed.
Oh, okay. So if you want to apply at the University of Dar es Salaam, there are so many universities here in Tanzania, but today we're talking about the University of Dar es Salaam. That's where she is studying. How do you apply? Do you come here in person, or you can just do it online?
Okay. For foreign certificates, all my O-level and A-level, okay, I did a diploma, they are all foreign, so you have to go to NECTA and equate it. and you pay something. I think I paid 150,000 Tanzania shillings for one certificate. Then the second one, I don't quite remember. That one was registered by my mother, but you have to push for it to be changed because sometimes they can forget you in the system, so you have to, like, I kept calling weekly, so within like 6 weeks they had sorted my issue. Then you have to come in person to pick it up with a passport and an ID to prove that you're the one. And it also, and they have a strict dress code at their office. No short dresses, no revealing tops. I had to put on, I went there, I had just come from the airport, went to the beach for some lunch, then went to the offices, and I was putting on a short dress. This lady literally stopped me and told me, go get a lesu and cover yourself.
In Swahili or in English?
In English, because of course she first said it in Swahili, then I was like, I don't understand Swahili. So that's when I realized that my dress was short. I had to, it's kind of embarrassing.
It is.
But
so the challenge is dressing?
Yeah, mainly dressing.
Language? How is your language now, like Swahili? Mambo?
4.
Plus
6.
Okay.
I do not know complex sentences. Plus here people speak so fast.
Okay. But you can be able to get around everything?
The basic Swahili, yes. But then there are people here doing Swahili literature, and they're getting the biggest words to put in a sentence, and they just even have to Google first before you continue.
On the Google, is it there on the translator? Like if you try to put the word in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you know the spelling.
Oh, you can hear them saying, but like you wouldn't like know the spelling. Yeah.
Yeah, but generally the registration for coming here was easy. After getting the equivalent certificates, I entered in the portal, entered everything, but then I had a challenge that they weren't recognizing one of my certificates. So I had to come to their offices, and they started it fairly fast because like the next morning everything was working. I entered the portal, registered for my courses, and it was done.
Okay. So what do you think of like the tuition fee? Do you think it's expensive here or it's kind of cheap? Or how do you compare Uganda and Tanzania?
Okay, let me not compare Uganda because
Okay.
Uganda is one of the fairest when it comes to tuition. Here in Tanzania, the tuition is fair.
That's fair.
It's fair, just that I don't think it's fair when you put it, if you compare it to the prices the locals are paying. It's quite unfair because you're paying about $2,700 and they're paying about like $500.
You're a foreigner, you have money. That's what they know.
But I'm an East African too.
Is there not this thing of like East African community? It doesn't work for you?
There is no East African option on the portal, so I pay like any other person from, maybe SADC members have an option, I'm not quite sure. But
Okay.
East African community, no. The only benefit you get is a discount on the national parks.
Okay.
But it's not fair. It's affordable, but whenever you tell someone you're a Tanzanian, I'm paying about 6.5 million per semester.
Tanzanian shillings.
It sounds so.
So was it like for you in terms of if you look at like Uganda and Tanzania in general, if you compare the two countries?
Like in terms of?
Like in general, which one would you choose to stay in? Like Uganda or Tanzania?
I'm gonna stick with my people.
You're gonna stick with your people. Home
Yes.
is best, yeah?
Home is best. Although here I have a lot of freedom because no curfew from parents.
Oh yeah.
How
How does that feel? Like when you like, it seems like you really wanted this freedom. Are your parents
No.
that strict?
No, they're not strict. Just that you have to abide by some rules when you're staying under their roof.
No, okay.
So sometimes you want to go out until like 3 a.m. and they're just like, come to the house right now. Yet you've just arrived. Like, you left the house at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
and they want you in the house by 10 p.m. How is that working?
Do they allow you like to go out, like maybe go to a club? Or
No.
it's not allowed? Okay.
But they do let me go to bars, dances.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Would you classify your parents as like those modern parents or the typical?
My parents are quite modern. They
Quite
don't
modern.
really care. They don't really care much about what I do in the night. But
Okay.
they'll be concerned.
Okay. Yeah, so like today I just want to talk about what is it like for someone who wants to come and study in Tanzania. Let's talk about study permit. Yeah, study permit. If you want to apply for a study permit, how much is it and how difficult is it to get one? And how to
Well,
apply?
in my year it was easy because all I needed to do was take my passport and admission letter to the international office and they
They
sorted.
do the rest.
Yeah, but it takes about, mine took 40 days to come back to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so sometimes for East Africans you do not pay for the student permit, but the rest I think pay 250. Okay, SADC and East African students do not pay for the student permit, as far as I know.
East Africa they don't pay, but SADC they do pay.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, sorry for
No,
them.
yeah, I'm just trying to correct you, but anyway.
Sorry for them. So for me, I didn't
So
pay anything.
it's the same thing. Like if Tanzanians also go to Uganda, it's the same thing.
Yes. I'm not quite sure, but as East African community, you get a lot of benefits if you're in the East African community. But I don't think tuition you get a discount because you're still gonna pay like a foreigner.
What do you love about Tanzania? I'm mixing, Tanzania and Udism because I just want to mix it together so that the video doesn't get too long. But I just want to get your views. Like,
Tanzania.
what do you really love about Tanzania? Is it food? Is it the people? Is it the environment? I'm not giving you clues, but yeah.
I don't know what I like about Tanzania. It's just like,
Basically, it means nothing.
no, it's not
you don't-
nothing.
yeah.
It just feels more home, but in a hotter climate.
It's very hot out here. Eh?
Yeah. No,
I
I
don't know.
don't think it's because I think it has the same temperatures as Uganda, just that it's more humid.
In Uganda.
In Uganda, it's
Is it like
so-
the whole country or just like?
No.
I only know Kampala.
No, when
You're from Kampala?
I stay in Kampala. I don't stay in Kampala, but most people go to Kampala to work and study. But I stay on the outskirts, like in Wakiso district. That's where I stay. But the weather, it's the same throughout the central region. It's hot, but not Dar es Salaam hot. This is the first time I'm buying sunscreen. When I came here, I got
Yeah.
a bad sunburn. Black people don't wear sunscreen.
What's wrong, Chief?
No, sunscreen for what?
I wear sunscreen
For what?
because I get sunburn. Have you gone to the
A
ocean?
black person getting sunburned.
Yes, my skin peels off.
Okay. No,
What?
that's a first.
Isn't it normal for skin to peel under
No,
heat?
it is, but
There are certain things that like people just say like these are not for black people. For example, like people they say like black people they don't get jet lag.
Jet lag.
They say like it's for white people.
Black people don't get jet lag.
Yes.
Oh!
That's what they say.
No. I think you've seen. You're not seeing the. You've not met black people. You're meeting. I don't know. You've met people who do not fly.
Okay. So like as a student here in Tanzania, what is it like nightlife? Let me just say nightlife or going out, having a good time, Do you think it's free, it's safe, or what is it like?
Definitely safer than Kampala to me.
Definitely safe.
Yeah, because I don't have. Okay, you worry about your phone getting stolen, or like getting too drunk and getting carried away by a stranger. Those are the basic worries when you go outing, but I've not had any challenges going out in the club. Just that maybe the international beers are quite expensive.
Well, they're quite expensive. Which brands do you have like in Uganda that you don't see here?
The brands, like in Uganda, we have our own local beers. Like they were here, they have Serengeti, Safari Forest, we have Club and Bell Lager.
Okay. So, not only beers, maybe like when you came from Uganda, do you find like products similar, the same as the one that you use in Uganda? Maybe food, or maybe lotion, or something like that.
Some brands are still the same.
Oh, okay.
Most brands are the same.
Most brands, East Africa.
Yeah. I can't say there's much difference between brands, except for things that are locally sourced in that particular country. Okay. I'm not going to go look for mabuyu in Uganda.
No way.
Maybe you'll find a few people like the foreigners having them, or people who have been to the country having them, but I doubt you can easily find them.
Coming back to studying in Tanzania, what is like accommodation like in terms of the hostels and staying outside? What's your opinion on that?
I personally prefer staying in campus.
Is it because it's cheap or it's okay?
It's a 15-minute walk to my class, so I get time to sleep in. But I have friends who stay on campus. They find the accommodation nice. Just that the commute to campus is a bit hectic, especially in the morning when you're like, the dala is full and you're all trying to squeeze in, coming to church. But the accommodation is nice, especially Hall 3. I do not know where the male foreigners stay, most of them. But Hall 3 is for females. It's nice but last semester we had a problem of water. So you need to come prepared with a water drum. Like a big one to store water. You just know if water disappears, at least for a week I'm covered.
So I know like in Africa it's almost like the same in terms of water and electricity. Right now, I understand like right now in Dar es Salaam those problems are not there compared to the last time when I was here. Is it the same as back home in Uganda?
Back home, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, just be honest.
I do not know what. I cannot speak for all Ugandans. But where I studied from, maybe in high school, we used to not have a lot of water. But you'd have water, like it would occasionally come on a random Wednesday, then you go shower and maybe fill up your jerry can. Except for that, you wouldn't see it for a while. Sometimes you'd even have to end up showering like about 5 liters of water or less. But back at home, we have a lot of water. Maybe because our estate, they instructed everyone should have a tank of water. But earlier in the day, you'd not see water for a whole week.
For real?
For a whole week. But I think development has come closer to us.
Yeah. So this is kind of personal. Can I ask? I don't know whether I should ask or not. What do you think of Tanzanian men, like from a female perspective, someone coming from Uganda?
They are friendly.
They are friendly.
All East African men are friendly.
Have you found yourself a Tanzanian man?
No. I don't know.
Do you see yourself with a Tanzanian man?
Maybe. Why are you scared?
I said it's kind of personal. That's why I asked. If you can't answer,
I don't know.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Why?
Maybe later. Later, maybe in second year. Just
Okay.
that I don't think I am.
Just from observing, how do you compare like Tanzanian men and Ugandan men?
I think for them they are just ready. No, there's nothing behind you. I
Okay.
just think Tanzanian men are just too nice. Okay,
They are too nice.
they are nice. Just that it's not the comfortable kind of nice. Like
What do you mean?
You
Like,
just know that there's an underlying,
it's like there is a
an
motive
ulterior motive like-
behind,
yeah. So
they can be trusted.
I have. Okay, I'm gonna just be honest. Most of my friend groups, my entire friend group, or even like 90% of it is female. So I do not interact much with the male.
So how are the people in general?
They're nice.
They are nice.
Okay.
Or you're just saying it because you're here?
No, they are nice. But then sometimes you meet someone who's occasionally just rude. I don't know, maybe the English disturbs them because how can you be black and you do not know Swahili?
Yeah, that's actually true. Like if you look at them, it's like you just look like me and you don't speak Swahili.
You know, sometimes I even got a comment saying that Muzungu. I was like, how can I be Muzungu? I'm literally black. And this person was like, it's because you do not know Swahili. And I'm just...
Yeah.
I actually got in an argument one time with one of my classmates when she was like, when I told the teacher to explain the point in English, and then she was like, when will you learn Swahili? I just turned around and I wanted to tell her, when will you ever learn English? But then in my head, I was just like,
Okay.
let's reserve it.
Let me just maintain peace here.
Let's maintain peace. Because it was a 2-hour lecture and I didn't want to be.
So that's what I also wanted to ask. For someone who wants to come and study here, so they teach in Swahili in the lectures?
Not really, but sometimes when the teacher seems like the whole class has not understood, he will change it to Swahili. Or like they are going back and forth, which I found quite challenging because like in the Ugandan system, most of the time once it's English throughout. Unless the teacher wants to insult you, then he'll use like local language.
How do you insult in Uganda?
No, I'm not telling you that.
Okay, cool. So what advice would you give to someone who wants to come and study here in Tanzania from Uganda? Or maybe a foreigner from another country and wants to come and study here. You are a foreigner here.
If you want to enjoy life in there, make sure you have a big pocket, a very deep wallet.
A very deep wallet.
Especially if you're not East African. If you want to go to the park, you're gonna pay a good sum of money because it's not like the prices for foreigners and local people, they are so different, and it's quite weird. Because like on the ferry, it's $30.
For locals?
No, $30 for foreigners. Then I think 30,000 for
local.
For local.
30,000 is like $10 US. Ah no, it's 15 I think.
Yeah,
$15 US.
I think 12.
12, somewhere there, yeah.
Yeah, somewhere there. I find that
that's a big difference.
There's a big difference. You know, if you're local and you get $30, you can pay for a first class ticket on a ferry.
So which is like the best place that you've ever been to here in Tanzania that you would recommend? The best place. Is it that?
Yeah, like that is beautiful.
You didn't go to Serengeti?
I've not gone to Serengeti. Maybe I'll go next year.
Zanzibar?
Zanzibar was pretty.
You went to Zanzibar?
Yeah, I was in Stone Town.
How was it?
It was a bit crowded due to peak season for tourists.
Okay.
But like when I went there later on, when it wasn't tourist season, it was quite calm, relaxed, and the prices were not outrageous like when I had gone there the first time. It's a beautiful city, and when it's tourist season, the tourists come with some good thing, but then they also come with pollution. Because I found a lot of rubbish on the street and I did not find it the next time I went there when it was on peak season. I think also part of Mbezi Beach and Oyster Bay is quite, for people who like to party, Oyster Bay and Masaki.
Oyster Bay. I heard about this place called Kidimwi. Do you know about it? No. Okay.
Maybe I should go there.
Yeah, you should check it out.
But places like Masaki, Kigamboni, Mbezi Bay, like, they're good. You'll always meet a foreigner there because it's tourist friendly.
So before I close this video, I'm from Zimbabwe. What do you know about Zimbabwe?
Wait, what is your capital first of all?
Wow!
Wait, yeah, let me see. Yeah, I always confuse it Zimbabwe and Zambia.
Did you watch Money Heist?
Yes.
You did?
I know it. I just watched like the first season, the first episode, and I gave up because I realized I'm not very committed.
Okay, so let's just forget about it. But yeah,
But I think it's a
I'm disappointed that
beautiful
you don't know.
It's a beautiful country.
That's the general.
On Google.
Wait, eh?
On Google.
I want something specific. Music? You don't know anything from Zimbabwe?
I do not know anything
Wow.
from. Although I had a friend who
I mean, we run the
was-
continent in terms of music.
I have a friend who lived.
He doesn't agree, the camera guy. We run the continent when it comes to music, bro.
He lived in Harare, just that he never told me much about Harare.
Zimbabwe is actually a good country. Harare is a good capital city.
What
Good
are the
men.
tourist attractions?
Have you ever heard about Victoria Falls?
Ooh, that's where it is.
Also, yeah, I'll take you to Zimbabwe.
I just knew it was somewhere in Africa.
Whenever you're ready, we go to Zimbabwe. Yeah?
Another tourist attraction except for the falls. I'm not going to fly across.
Am I not a tourist attraction?
Your tourist attraction to another lady.
Okay. Yeah. They are more like me where I come from. Anyway, so guys, thank you so much for watching. I was with this beautiful lady from Uganda. She, shared some information about studying here in Tanzania and staying here in Tanzania. So if you want to come to Tanzania, this is your video. Anything you just want to say before we close it up?
Yes. Please don't come when you're broke.
Don't come. Like, how much do you need to bring, like, when you come to Tanzania?
Like I personally, in a month, with entertainment, food, snacks. Yes, I do like my snacks.
So do you believe, like, in girlfriend allowance?
Girlfriend allowance?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
You don't. You don't expect your boyfriend to, like, to give you certain amount of money.
Depends. If he doesn't like my style and he wants me to change it, he has to give me an allowance. But except for that, I don't. But he should also give me an allowance for
what?
For visiting him. For visiting him.
You have to use your own transport fare to come to see him if you can. Anyway, Chief.
Goodbye.